we all have at least one or a bunch of ugly sketchbooks? So I thought it was time to make a pretty one, and I hereby present you with my sketchbook project. In this sketchbook, I wanted to make completed works in black and white. Art that I can be proud of and which can also be added to a portfolio. All of my sketchbooks prior to this has too many unfinished pieces, or very roughly drawn pages, or just mindless doodles and studies that don't really have much value other than me having fun scribbling on a paper. While there's nothing inherently wrong with them, they can be added to a portfolio, and I don't want to post them on social media. Drawing for the sake of it is completely alright, and it can be a fun cool-down activity for me at night. But I've been doing this for a really long time and thought it needed to change. Whenever I see a video of a pretty sketchbook tour, you know those art school sketchbook and the portfolio project ones, I always thought I could do it, but I never did, until now. So in this sketchbook project, I'm trying my best with every page, even if it might take me a really long time to complete it. Whenever monthly art challenges like Inktober rolled around, I always wanted to participate, but I could never get on board with drawing something and sharing it every day. And deadlines aren't my thing, so I have no deadlines for this project. The subjects that I chose to draw in it are from a prompt list that I made up of the things that I liked and wanted to see more in my art. Cats, skulls, floral and plant elements, crows, owls, birds, again cats, witchy vibes, etc. I'm a massive fan of the gothic and dark academia aesthetic, so trying to incorporate it a bit in my art as well. Besides, I have an entire gallery worth of cool reference images that I gathered over time from Pinterest, Pixels, and Unsplash. Each drawing often starts with one reference image or more, and sometimes I prefer to deviate from the references later on. But for this drawing in the video, I decided to follow the photo reference closely enough because it's already a beautiful composition, and I loved the portrait of the woman in the mirror, photographed by this person. Getting into the habit of completing an artwork is an essential skill to develop as an artist. If all you do is make quick sketches here and there, doing doodles and studies like how I used to do, you'll end up having no finished pieces of your own, like I didn't for a long time. Even if art is your hobby, it's incredible when you create your very own coffee table art book for yourself and also to show off to friends, family, peers, enemies, rivals, or your online art community. If you're anything like me, you must have tons of art ideas that you probably never act on. Well, this is your sign to bring those ideas to life through actual completed work. Of course, it doesn't need to be on a sketchbook specifically, but in doing so, you'll end up having a pretty drawing book with the collection of your ideas in one place. Besides, a pretty sketchbook can work as a portfolio for future opportunities like a college application, if going to art school is your dream, or getting hired by folks who hire artists for the artsy things, getting commissions, and so on. By keeping a sketchbook, you'll find a common theme in what you draw. You can also discover the art process that works for you, a process you enjoy more than others. For example, do you like using the cross-hatching technique in your work? Or maybe you don't. Maybe you prefer using lots of color in your work. Or maybe you like the muted tones. Do you enjoy combining mediums like markers and pen or markers and pencils? What type of composition draws your attention more? What is the recurring subject in your work? A subject you keep drawing over and over without getting bored. Finding all of this out about yourself is a crucial step in finding your voice as an artist and discover your art style. First, you need to create a list of all the things you like and would love to see in your art. Sort of like your very own prompt list. Make sure there is at least 10 things to start off, and you can even make a themed list. You will definitely find some commonality that appear in your art over time, and that will eventually become your signature style or subject. Secondly, start with a reference image. Having one or more references will cure you of the fear of the blank page. So find the right references that make you want to draw more. You can also create a mood board to draw inspiration from. You might also do master art studies in your sketchbook. It's a great way to practice art, and to have a pretty page is an added bonus. Here's a master art study I did in mine. And again, use references for what you can to draw. Poses, outfits, hands, etc. How to use reference images for your art can be a topic of another video. Let me know if you'd like to see that. Some other things to consider is to have a limited color palette and don't go overboard with your choice of mediums. Keep it simple but also fun. Finally, take your time with each drawing and do not rush. The focus should be on quality, not quantity. And so, the end result will be a sketchbook you're satisfied to look back on as you flip through its pages. You can set a deadline for yourself if that works for you, but if it doesn't, then no need to have one. I certainly don't. I started it on 2022 and it would be great to complete it this year, but I wouldn't hold it against myself if I didn't manage to do so. In the meantime, I completed other sketchbooks where I do studies and practice stuff or just mindless doodles to ward off an art block. Some final words. I would highly recommend using multiple sketchbooks for different things, and no, they don't need to be expensive ones. I buy my sketchbooks from the local stores and they are fairly cheaper than if I order online, the brand ones, which would cost me an arm and a leg. I have collected a bunch of sketchbooks over many years that I've been practicing art. So don't worry about getting expensive supplies and start with what you have. Alright then, see you on the next video. Happy drawing everyone!